Mid-America started in 1982, its first academic year, with 4 students. And then in the second semester of its first year, it picked up more students. A small classroom has many advantages. It has some disadvantages, but I think one of the greatest advantages that we at Mid-America have experienced in having smaller classes is that the ratio of student to professor is there's a much closer relationship. You get to know your students much better. Time for interaction outside of class as well as in class is greater.
We have approximately 10 students per class, which means there will never be any class in which there are more than 20 students. The amount of interaction just in the classroom is very high between professor and students. Our professors are also oriented toward giving that good classroom experience, so they pause for questions, comments. They're very good in engaging the students. And then outside of the classroom experience, those same profs are available to field any questions students have. Literally, the classrooms are just down the hall from the offices of the professors. So I would suggest among all seminaries, Mid-America has a tremendous product to offer in terms of how much interaction a student could have with a prof. It's probably a rare opportunity.
The person who has had the most experience is in the classroom, and it's not relegated to some teaching assistant or anything like that. I think that is a great advantage.
I think the size of the class is very significant because it allows us as professors to engage not only in our classroom presentation with the students in a more intimate context, but it also allows us to engage with them outside of the classroom. We're not dealing with a large number of students who are sort of brought to class like a large herd, and they're nameless and anonymous. There's a very close, ongoing relationship both in class and out of class between the seminary professors and their students. I often jokingly say to students when they're thinking about seminary, well, if you're coming to seminary to be anonymous and no one knows who you are, then Mid-America is not the place. You can't hide. There's a very fine, I think, professor-to-student ratio.
It's our intention as a seminary never to simply turn out seminarians, to simply have men who graduate and are not likely to get calls. And so we're sensitive to the number of churches who support us who are looking for pastors. And so we're trying to strike the balance between producing high-quality students who are able to enter pastoral ministry and at the same time having balanced classes. And so we imagine never having more than 15 students per class in our current configuration. And that's so that we can maintain that quality education that's so important as an experience at Mid-America.